Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I just got done watching Pet Sematary. Based off one of the beloved Stephen King books, Pet Sematary tells the story of a family, the Creeds, after they move into their rural home with a pet cemetery in the back, but a very busy highway in the front. And from here, we'll see strange and tragic things happen to the Creed family. And that's all pretty much said without giving any spoilers to you guys. Now, I'm just going to dive right into it. I did not love this movie. So I want to emphasize by saying this is just my opinion. This is what I thought of this film. If you loved it, if you're a fan of the books, I'm not taking anything away from you. Because even to myself, I thought by this morning I would have a clear idea because I saw the movie last night of, okay, I didn't love it, but did I like it? And I'm having a hard time putting myself in that corner of liking the movie. So I'm just going to give you the quick positives of what I did like in this movie. The performances in this movie are great. Jason Clarke as the father does a phenomenal job coping with the loss of someone he loves, struggling with that idea of should I bring them back to life? What are the repercussions? Who the hell cares? John Lithgow as the neighbor, Mr. Crandall. I loved his relationship with the little girl in this movie, with the family. I thought he delivered some of the iconic lines from the original movie and the book nicely. The mother in this movie also, especially dealing with her backstory about her sister Zelda. Every person on screen did their job to a T when it came to acting. The music in this movie also, I love it. It's a lot of just background noises that you won't really pick up on unless you're trying to hear it. But the sound effects enhance the movie to a creepy factor when they're out walking around in the woods, when it's the silent dead of night. Pair that up with the atmosphere of the movie. Great job. So you had all the correct ingredients to make a good movie. And comparatively to most horror films or even Stephen King adaptations, this is a good job. To me, it just felt like the movie lacks soul. And I think a lot of that has to do because I know the original and I know the story from the book. And I think knowing that fact alone is going to make someone like me or anyone like you who knows the story of Pet Sematary and watch this movie as sort of work. Because if you're familiar at all with the source material and what's going on, this movie's just going to feel like a checklist. Family moves in, family meets neighbor, cat dies, bury the cat comes to life, ... And really the only creative part of this movie that got me a little bit out of my chair, like, all right, finally the movie has begun, is those last 10 to 15 minutes, and it feels very rushed. Because they get creative with the killer of this movie and how that person goes after its victims. That was actually a lot of fun to watch, and when certain characters go off dying, you actually care for them because the actors did a good enough job of making you care. They also go for a very bold ending, and the ending to me isn't even why I dislike it. In fact, I applaud them for giving us that kind of ending. But to me, the ending wasn't earned. It felt rushed. You won't expect the ending to come. Once it comes, you'll be like, whoa, and then the movie's gone. It's done. It's done when you're like, wait, what? There was literally 20 people in my audience. As soon as the movie ended, go, what? That's it? It has some fresh ideas. It has some creative things in it, but in the end, it's just a simple horror movie that doesn't really shine all that much. Alright, so for action in the movie, I'm gonna give 1.5 stars. Like I said, it doesn't really pick up to the end of the movie, but by the time you're getting into it, it's over. Comedy in the film, I'm gonna give it 1 star. There's not really many jokes. There's mostly a lot of cute moments and you laughing at things you probably shouldn't find funny. Drama in the film, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I applaud them for the ending. I applaud them for some of the twists and turns that they took separate from the original movie and book. But the payoff just didn't work out in my opinion. Horror in the movie, I'm gonna give 2 stars. They really do go for a gore factor here. When they finally do decide to kill people or stab somebody, they show you the whole thing and they don't hold back, and I appreciate that. Suspense of the film, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. That's mainly due to the music and the atmosphere they set up, but most of the suspense is built up to the final act. Casual fans, I'm actually gonna give this an A- because if you do not know anything about Pet Sematary, you will like this movie. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a C+, and for critics, I'm going to give it a C-. For Pet Sematary, I'm still gonna recommend you watch it in theaters. With as negative as I was towards this movie, I don't hate it and I don't consider it a bad movie. It is still better than a lot of horror movies we get today. Just because we get a couple good ones in one year doesn't mean we should shoo away the ones that are decent. But that is just my opinion. Let me know what you thought of Pet Sematary if you got around to seeing it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.